Well, well. Hey, everybody. Uh, Tyler Davenport here, excited to be on YouTube. I have been neglecting this YouTube channel, and I'm very, very sorry for that. I should have been putting a lot of time into it over the last few months, and I haven't. And I've been so sick with this cancer. I have this massive tumor on my left kidney that's just eating me up, and it's about the size of my fist or bigger, that's on my left kidney, and it's just creating a lot of problems. Originally, I thought it was my gallbladder, being a paramedic and um, knowing some of my anatomy and physiology and chemistry, and I thought it was my gallbladder all this time, and I'd been kind of putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and come to find out, it's my left kidney with a massive tumor on it, cancerous tumor on it. And so this has kind of spiraled down into a whole lot of really dangerous stuff since I got the news. My mind has been spinning 1,000 miles an hour, thinking about all of these different things that you think about when you get this kind of news. The religion comes up, God, heaven, angels, demons, devils, goblins, and ghouls, and all of these different kinds of things pop up in your head. And your brain's just running so fast you can't stop it uh, at all. But I haven't been a big Bible thumper most of my life. I grew up a Christian, grew up in the Christian church, and got baptized early on, and then I grew up and started becoming more educated into the uh, religions of the world. Over probably 3,000, 4,000 religions in the world, 4 or 5,000 languages in the world, and then you have all of our culture and traditions and creeds and dogmas and different things like that to think about the different kinds of people in the world: the Buddhists, the Hindus, the Kabbalah, the Torah, the Talmud, the Lotus Sutra from Buddhism, and the Bhagavad Gita, and just all of these different things. And then you start thinking about, if you're educated and you've researched, you start thinking about how the Bible has been sliced and diced and chopped and cut and reworked and reorganized and restructured and realigned, and how many people have had a hold of this book for political reasons and different agendas of their own, and all of the plagiarism that's gone into the Bible since the very beginning of its written uh, written tradition, when writing started to become available, and things were able to be duplicated where other people could read them. And so a lot of things went through my mind when receiving this news. And it hasn't been easy at all. I will tell you, it has been a hellacious ride, one that I wouldn't want any of you to have to go through or experience. I know that many of you have. I've set up a fundraiser over on what, hon? I'll call you. I've set up a fundraiser over on Philip D. Anderton and Philip Anderton and Kiler Davenport and most of my other pages. We're trying to raise $500. We really need 1,000 or more. I'm going to be talking about that on those pages to let people know why I set up 500. Money is so hard to raise on Facebook and other platforms. People are so paranoid today of the fraud and scams that are going on. It's really difficult to get people to donate. But I hope that we can raise some money. I need $1,000 or more. And I started out with 500. I hope people aren't going to get mad at me when I go back in and tell them I'm going to need 1,000. It's going to sound kind of hokey, but I don't care. It's the truth. I found peace with God. Um, I had to ask God for help. I had to ask God for guidance, and I had to ask God to lead, guide, and direct me through this ordeal. I couldn't do it by myself. Um, it was just way, way too hard trying to get through this on an intellectual level or even an emotional level. I had to go to God directly, and I had to really have some long, drawn out, ardent, in depth conversations with God in order to find some peace, some comfort, some understanding, and some bliss. I had to ask God for that peace that surpasseth all human understanding. And I did, and I got it. I know that many of you may laugh that off. Many of you may not believe it. Many of you may make fun of me. But when you're facing death, you turn to God and you really just lay all the cards on the table. All the cards on the table. All of your perversions, all of your horrible sins that you've committed since day one, you lay them all on the table and you hash them all out, thrash them all about. You give them to God. You say, God, here it is. Here I am. This is who I am. This is what I am. This is where I am. And I still don't know why I am. I've had 2 heart attacks. I've been through a lot of things in my life, being a former EMT, paramedic, working in search and rescue, and seeing all of the homicides that I've worked around, and working in forensic science in the autopsy room and embalming since I was 14 years old, and working search and rescue and fire, hazmat. I've seen a lot of things, had a lot of trauma in my life. I was raped when I was 14 years old, locked in a casket for what seemed to be an eternity at my own funeral home by my own stepbrother. Raped me with a gun in my ass. I don't think I'll ever get over that. I've been shot at, stabbed at, beat up, twisted and turned, and it's been a rough life, but I'm here, and I've also done a lot of good things in life. I've had a lot of halfway houses and worked with the homeless and the mentally ill and families and children, and we've set up a lot of programs for folks, and we fed 5,000 at a time. I remember one church we worked with, we were feeding about 5,000 people a month. So we've done a lot of good things. Not bragging, just telling you who I am, what I've done. And we still work with families and children here in the Northwest, and we still work with folks that are down and out and need uplifting and empowerment. But I will say that God is real. God is the real deal. No doubt. No doubt in my mind. God is the real deal. However you want to think of God, that's your business. That's your perception. That's your experience. That's your programming. That's your indoctrination. I respect that 100%. But as I said, I had to turn to God for peace. I had no peace whatsoever when I received this news. I had no peace whatsoever. All I could think of was I might die and go to hell and burn for the rest of eternity, because that's what I grew up learning, which is a horrible thing. It's kind of like child abuse, really, to tell a young person that they might burn and go to hell and be in eternal torment, fire and brimstone. But I will say that, again, I hope none of you have to face this. I hope none of you have to know that you're ready now to go into the operating room, be put to sleep, and you may never wake up again. And that's a fact. It's very scary. It's very, very, very scary. It's, a lot of people laugh it off that are healthy and say, oh, God will take care of everything. Don't worry about nothing. Blessings, blessings, prayers, 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 but they really don't get it. They really don't get just how traumatizing all this is, how horrifying all this is, how terrifying all this is, how chaotic all this is. The show's going well. I'm still on air 4 nights a week if I can walk to the microphone. I'm so weak. My legs are so swollen. And I've got some bleeding going on in my stool when I go to the toilet. My stomach's bloated. I can feel that tumor in there eating me up. I want y'all to be my friend. I want y'all to talk to me, communicate with me. I'm open for any kind of communication. I won't restrict you on what you say, how you say it, when you say it. I won't censor you. My feelings won't be hurt. I'm not sensitive. You can't trigger me. I just love to talk to people. I love to have deep, meaningful communication with people. That's what helps keep me alive, keep me going. I loved my mother so very much, and I lost her in 2008. She's gone. Daddy's gone. Grandma's gone. All of my aunts and uncles, cousins, nephews, nieces are gone. We've had a tremendous amount of death in our family. And I've been around death all my life since a very, very early age. I said I started embalming and started dragging bodies around the funeral home at 14 years old and boxing them up and assisting with embalming and autopsies. So I've been around death a lot, and that hasn't helped me any. I'll tell you right now, that hasn't helped me a bit, knowing what happens after death as far as preparation of the body and so forth. I'm going to be cremated if I do pass away. So we're trying to raise money for my cremation, which is going to be about $1,500. And all of my medical supplies and equipment and materials are going to be around $500 or $1,000. So I'm going to keep trying to raise money. I hope y'all understand. I really do hope you understand. I'm going to give you the name of the hospital here pretty soon when I find out where I'm going. When the OR team calls, I'm going to give you the address of the hospital and the phone number to my room. Marion will, as soon as I get into a room out of intensive care. And so y'all might call me and give me a hello. Talk to me on the phone, even if I'm groggy. I'll answer the phone. Hell, I may even give you my cell number. If you can't reach me on the hospital phone, you can call me on the cell phone number. But I'd rather give you the hospital number. And I'd like for y'all to also call the hospital and let them know that one of your favorite talk show hosts is in there, and they better take damn good care of me. It helps. Let the switchboard know. On the floor that I'm on, let the head nurse know that you care for me a lot and that you'd like to see me back on air pretty soon. I love you. I love each and every one of you so much. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube so I can go live on my phone. They won't allow you to go live on your phone unless you get 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So I'm going to start working the heck out of this YouTube channel. I'm going to get that 1,000 subscribers. Right now I've got 33 because I hadn't been here. And I really want to get that 1,000 subscribers. So I wish y'all would share this, however you do that. I don't know how you do it. I wish y'all would do whatever you can to help me get that 1,000 subscribers. But I want all of you to take care of yourselves. Try to take care of yourselves. Try to be healthy. Try to be drama-free, worry-free, stress-free. Do something you like. Work where you feel like you're really happy. Don't get into mixed up, crazy relationships. And don't be so quick to judge people. Sometimes we judge people too quick, and we never really get to know them, to know their heart, their mind, their soul, their spirit. But I just wish the best for all of you. I wish the best for all of you. And I hope you stay healthy. I hope you take care of yourselves. I'm waiting for that call from the OR team. I and/or Mary will keep you posted on every move I make at the hospital. I'll try to holler at you on Facebook on a live video before I go into the operating room, just prior to getting that giddy shot they give you to make you really sleepy. Pray that this tumor hasn't eat too much of me up in there, and pray that the other side's going to be okay with my liver. My liver's swollen, and I've got cysts, maybe tumors on my liver. That'll be the next phase of this whole thing once I recuperate from this first surgery. So y'all take care, and I love you. I love you. I love you, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And just know that God will guide you if you ask God to guide you and lead you and direct you. It will happen. I know many of you don't believe that, but it's real. It's as real gets. I love you. I'll see you. Bye-bye.